During a trip to Malaysia, Yelena Belova, Natasha Romanoff's adoptive sister, is hired by Valentina Allegra to do what she does best. Despite being one of the best in her field, in recent weeks she has begun to feel bored, as if there were a void inside her. Since her sister left, Yelena has thrown herself into her work, but she remains apathetic even when she is in hand-to-hand combat with dozens of guys who could take her life at any moment. From the moment she realized she had no purpose in life, she completely lost her fear. After eliminating all the guards, Yelena tries to find a way to break into the vault to steal some research and ends up being surprised by the arrival of one of the scientists responsible for Project Sentinel. The man claims that the project is not what Valentina thinks it is and starts shooting at the intruder. However, Yelena approaches from behind and jumps on his neck. In an attempt to fend off the attack, the scientist slashes his opponent's leg with a blade, then tries to shoot her, but ends up destroying his own head. After completing the mission, the woman blows up the entire floor to cover her tracks and moves on to the next task. Weeks later, Valentina Allegra, director of the CIA and former president of the OXE Group, appears in court to testify on suspicion of involvement in illegal human testing, whose main objective is to develop a superhuman. However, the woman claims that all of this is nothing more than rumors and gossip. She further states that all she is doing is finding effective measures to protect that city, since the Avengers are no longer active. After giving her statement, Valentina leaves and asks her assistant for help in cleaning up all the clues that could be used to send her to prison. So far, all records of human testing have been eliminated, but there is still much work to be done. While waiting for details of her next mission, Yelena visits her father, and Alexei seems very happy to see her after almost a year. However, when he receives the news that the young woman no longer intends to work for Valentina, Alexei feels frustrated, as his daughter has the job he always dreamed of and is thinking of throwing that opportunity away. After a brief and frustrating conversation with her father, Yelena receives a call from her boss and informs her that she intends to quit that job, as that type of work is no longer suitable for her. Upon hearing this, Valentina realizes that there is nothing she can say to change Yelena's mind. Therefore, she decides to agree with the young woman's decision, but before being dismissed, Yelena must complete one last mission for OXE. According to Valentina, there is a vault built 2 kilometers inside a mountain that stores all of the OXE Group's most important information and resources. A traitorous agent has been detected who intends to damage Valentina's image, and Yelena's task is to follow the target and find out what this agent is planning. Once she uncovers the entire plan, Yelena has authorization to eliminate the target, and then she will finally be released from her service. When she arrives at the location, the young woman is surprised by an attack from John Walker, also known as American Agent, and uses a metal briefcase to defend herself from the shots. Yelena then goes after her enemy and realizes that, for the first time, she is facing an opponent who is her equal.